Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video we are going to rate the new 11th anniversary characters upcoming in the next Super Sugo Fest, Saturn and Bonney. Now I would do the normal rankings of better artwork, better ink effect and so on and so forth, but I don't really think it is necessary because we only have 2 units. So Saturn is better in both the artwork and the ink effect department, and probably for abilities as well, but let's analyze them specifically. Beginning with Bonney. She is Psy, Slasher and Striker, and with her special ability, she deals damage only to one enemy, so not that great to be fair. There are units that deal more damage than her to all enemies. She reduces the drastically reduced damage effect above a certain level on all enemies by 7 turns. This is a threshold, I assume. I don't know why it's translated that way. So 7 turns of threshold, very good. Changes cruise attack multiplier of Psy, RCV, TND and Sembla slots to 3 times. Extremely good because it is also for 3 turns. So a very good buff here as well. Further boosts cruise attack boost by 1.25 times, up to 10 times. So also very good, but in majority of situations this will probably be overkill, but a unique type of damage if you can increase your attack boost. Of course you need to already have an attack boost to apply this effect. And finally, she can either provide additional chain boosting or just chain boosting depending on the tags you have in your crew, which is good chain boosting overall. But let's see the rest of her abilities before I give my opinion. She reduces crew special charge time by 1 turn, very generic. She only boosts Slasher and Striker characters, not Psy, pretty important. She makes slots for those 2 classes that are Psy, RCV and TND matching, which is good. Then reduces 10 turns of burn, which as far as captain utility goes, it's probably the worst thing you can have. Extremely niche, only probably impactful enough when you have super burn and the burn application is on damage inflicted. If it is per perfect, then you can play around it and in majority of situations is not unnecessary to deal with. If the enemy has the revive mechanic, maybe it will be important to have something like that, but in majority of cases not that important. And then the requirements based on character tags: 4 or more egghead characters, more of an attack boost, which is fine. 5 or more egghead worst generation or Paramythia type characters on the crew, she reduces special rivers by 2, which as an effect by itself could be absolutely great to have, but locked behind the requirement of character tags is trash in my opinion, because yes, it can be useful and egghead or worst generation characters can be easy to build around, but locking only 2 turns of special rivers resistance behind this requirement does not really make sense to me. If it was 10 turns, I guess fine, but just 2. It doesn't seem to me like this Bonney is actually an anniversary exclusive or a Super Sugo Fest exclusive unit. Seems more like a normal legend to me, not an amazing captain ability, does not even boost her color, and her special can be useful, but in majority of situations you won't really need the extra damage from her. To take out an enemy you can just build based on normal damage boosting, not buffing the damage boosting you already have with this Bonney, but her utility of threshold removal is very good. She can be an anniversary exclusive legend, but I definitely would not agree if she was a Super Sugo Fest. I just cannot see a Super Sugo Fest character in this Bonney, and I don't think I would even if the final requirement was not present and the special reverse resistance was just in the basic captain ability. Anyhow, she's not the worst captain, she's just not at Super Sugo Fest level, is what I'm trying to say. And something else that does not make sense to me: she is a Psy super type character but does not boost Psy characters from her captain ability. Whatever, I guess. Her final tap is not that great, definitely do not go for more than 1 copy of her if you want to pull for her. and for her super type only activates if she's captain, not that hard of a requirement, very easy actually to get. Changes all crew slots to tandem, which is good, even through block slots. Changes her slot into RCV, which is fine, she makes them matching, so having an extra RCV slot can also be helpful with hunger, and in her limit break abilities she can actually remove hunger, so if you need one extra turn, you can do it with her RCV slot, the guaranteed one. And she provides a color affinity boost for everyone for 3 turns. So it's good that she can increase damage for 3 turns, but the color affinity boosting is not the best type of boosting. So I guess making specific slots have the 3 times multiplier for 3 turns is most likely better, except if you are going versus an int opponent. But even then, if you have her as captain, you don't just need to have a full Psi team, let's say for example, or majority of your units being Psi, you also want them to be either Slasher or Striker to get the Bonney Captain boost. So kind of a weirdly designed character overall. But one thing is for sure, she can be used as a crewmate with Luffy, Zoro, Sanji as captain, and she can also work alongside the new anniversary legend Nami, because Nami removes 7 turns of damage reduction and defense up, Bonney removes 7 turns of threshold. Their damage boosting does not overlap each other, so these 3 characters can definitely coexist in a crew. The most anticipated unit for this second part of the 11th anniversary though is definitely Saturn. He will be a Super Sugofest character, he will be int driven and striker, and his special ability reduces all enemies' HP by 20%, ignoring all defensive effects, which is very decent. He completely removes damage reduction on all enemies, which is great. Completely removes poison as well. It's good, but extremely niche. But he can also help you with poison slots, which is nice. He applies territory for the driven class for 3 turns. He boosts driven and striker characters' attack with a very good attack boost that can even go up to 5 times. But worst case scenario, it is still 4 times, which is very good as well. He can further increase the damage depending on the action special timing, which is of course great if he's captain, otherwise you can't activate his action special. And when 4 or more 5 elders, celestial dragon or navy characters are on the crew, he allows overheal. Now, 5 elders and celestial dragon tag characters do not exist. I mean, celestial dragons do exist, but they are 3 and all of the units are garbage. So essentially, they do not exist. Only navy characters do exist. So him being built around these classes tells me that essentially they will make a synergizing team with the 5 elders when they all release. He is future proof, I guess, and will get a boost in power when that happens. But until then, let's talk about his captain ability because we see it more here. First of all, unlike Bonney, he does boost his color, not only his 2 classes, which is very good. He makes int and RCV slots matching, very nice. If crew has an attack boost, and if crew uses a special to further boost attack, like Bonney's special for example, he treats the effect as a modifier to the attack boost effect and further increases the effect amount. So let's say you have him as captain, let's say Bonney is your crewmate, which is possible, they do synergize. Kind of weird, but she is a striker, so they do synergize. Bonney's attack buff will be even higher with Saturn captain. So he does focus around boosting your attack a lot, not only with his special, but with his captain ability too. He can also increase the attack boost he provides to specific character tags, which makes sense, but again, as of now only the navy character tag is relevant for the extra attack boost. And he does have a requirement when 4 or more 5 elders, celestial dragons or navy characters are on the crew. Then if you have an attack boost of 10 times or more, this character's attack only will target enemies of all attributes weak points so he will have an advantage over all characters, no matter the enemy, no matter the quest. But the thing is, number one, actually we have multiple things. Number one, it's not the easiest thing with the characters we have currently to achieve a 10 times attack boost. And even if you do you really need the effect of him having an advantage? With 10 times of an attack boost and perhaps more boosting, you can probably destroy majority of quests that will present themselves to you, right? So while it's nice, I just think it's probably a bit unnecessary for majority of content in the game. Now for super bosses, yeah, sure, it could be extremely useful, but that is a very specific thing in One Piece Treasure Cruise. And I don't really know if it's worth to team build around that aspect of the character. Maybe some future characters though will make it easier. He can also reduce 5 Elders and Celestial Dragon characters' special charge time by 15 turns, which is extremely strong because you're essentially playing Kizuna with these specific character tags if you have him as captain. If he's a sailor, he cannot be blown away, special reversed or paralyzed, which is actually extremely good as a sailor ability. Having 10 turns of special reverse and 10 turns of paralysis reduction as captain, that would also be great, but unfortunately not there. They really focused around his power, I guess, as a captain. He does have a Rasugo, which is very nice too, so that's a good addition for him for sure. And then he has an EX Super. He cannot activate it as a crewmate, only as a captain. He goes into Super Int and also Super Driven for all of the characters on the crew, so that's great. And then he reduces cruise attack down by 10 turns, which is amazing utility to have. Would it have been better to automatically have that from the captain ability? Probably, but if Despair is present, having it from the EX Super can also be very helpful. So it is great overall, but outside of that, his EX Super is extremely underwhelming. He just does that, essentially. Dropping resistances by 50% is not the worst thing in the world, but as I said, a bit underwhelming for a character of this magnitude. The requirement for this EX Super either needs you to have an 8 times attack boost or higher, or get overheal. So I guess right now we are going to depend a bit more on the overhealing aspect and that route to get access to the EX Super. Otherwise it can be tough to achieve, especially if you are newer to the game. Overall, if you are newer, this is an extremely hard character for you to properly build around and make work to the fullest potential. Actually, not even veteran players can do that consistently. It's also kind of weird to me, the class combination and the color combination, because a lot of Navy characters, even the Super Sugofest Kizaru we got, does not properly work with him. In one hand, yes, Kizaru does have the Navy tag and can help there with some requirements, but he's a shooter slasher dex character, so he does not get super type or super class, he does not even get the attack boost from Saturn. So to me it is kind of obvious that at some point they want to make a full 5 Elders team, or they will add more Celestial Dragon tags as well, and that's why this character is released this way. So at some point in One Piece Treasure Cruise life cycle, the 5 Elders team might be extremely strong to have, but it also might be extremely expensive to own as well, especially if everyone is a Super Sugofest character. Is this character strong on its own without the full 5 Elders team? Sure, he is strong, but something that has me a bit dissatisfied with this release is, first of all, you teased him during the first part of the 11th anniversary, and you already made the players wait once for this character, and obviously they know, because this is a big character appearance in One Piece in general, that players would be excited for him. Now you kind of are making players wait again for more specific tag characters to come out in order to use Saturn at his maximum potential. So first you tease him in the first part of the anniversary, we don't get him, we get him after 2 weeks approximately, so okay, I guess, whatever, even though it kills the hype already waiting for the second part of the anniversary for Saturn. But now, who knows when we get the rest of the 5 Elders, or when we are getting more Celestial Dragon character tag characters in general. Hopefully we do see some in the Saturn batch, if we are going to get rare recruits. Anyhow, strong characters still, but let me know in the comments down below, do you agree with my opinion? Or are you still super hyped about his release? Leave a like if you enjoyed the discussion, I would really appreciate it, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.